Oshimbolu. Brian is a website developer, an accountant, and a business owner. He studied accountancy Braham at Desoyan Polytechnic and National Open University, Ogun State. Also studying software development from Andela and a scholarship from ALX Africa. All right, I wanted to say something, but I'll say it later. He has worked with the construction sector for over 10 years and 4 years plus as a software engineer. He has worked on various startup companies. He has several certifications in web development, software and hardware engineering, and also end user cybersecurity. He's currently on the startup phase of his software company called TechWave, which provides digital solutions to business. I feel like we didn't hear that paragraph well, so let me say it again. He's currently on the startup phase of his software company called TechWave, which provides digital solutions to business. Yes, that's headed. And the most important of them all is he is someone who hungers to know God more and God's will for his life and leave legacies for generations to come. Please, with a round of applause, help me welcome Brian Oshimbolu. So Brian, now that you're here, what I wanted to say is you and I will discuss the Andela part. Because I think we know what it is. You and I know.
Glory. My name is, as she said, Brian Oshimbolu. So you've heard what my fellow panelists have talked about, technology, media, lighting. So they've left me to talk about the mind. So now and how their message affects the mind. And how their message affects the mind. So I'm going to talk about mind, media, and technology combined. So next slide. So mind, media are inseparable. So every message we see, every message we get from media pass through technology and to where? To the mind. Pass through technology and to the mind. So you are trying to send out a message through media to the mind. So send out a message with media through technology to the mind. And the way technology is moving at the moment now, you know that with a single second, a single video at this moment can go around the world through technology and affect millions, if not billions of mind, knowingly or unknowingly, because some of them have to know mind discipline. Next slide, please. Now, the power of media. For example, media is what we see. How media frame our perspective. So what we see becomes our truth. So once you see something, when I say media, to my own understanding, media is everything. What you see people doing along the road, you can see people, that is picture moving. What you hear from people, for example, you hear Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad. Everybody will concur saying Nigeria is bad because that's what they see, that's what they hear. So it becomes their truth once you accept it. Now, the speech-rich information and digital age. So the reach of how media transfer around the world is alarming because of technology. At the moment, you can say something, once you post it, millions and millions of people will see it, millions and millions of people will like it. So that is how the reach, how media spread nowadays. Now, the positive side is it creates awareness. It creates awareness. Good media creates awareness for people, for everybody. It creates awareness for what is happening, the good thing. Creates awareness, educates people. So if you want to learn anything online, you go through media, you go to online courses. Those things are videos. Those things are done by media crews that take their time to edit and make a good media video for you to learn and grow yourself, and also help in connecting people, connecting background, connecting cultures in everywhere and everywhere around the world through online, through gathering, through films. For example, now, let's say, do you know that the Wakanda movie, the director had to come to Africa to study African culture? And if you notice, that Wakanda movie have like up to more than 2 cultures within it. 2 cultures within it. So he had to come to Africa to study that culture, then took the idea and made it as a movie. That's why you see people now, I say Wakanda forever, everybody are happy. Now the negative side is first of all, is misinformation. Misinformation is one of the negative side about media with technology because you can be misinformed before you tell you. And the other one is distraction. Some messages can distract you. They continue to distract you. Say, okay, let me just scroll this one. You laugh. Let me scroll this one. Let me scroll. Before you know, you are distracted from your focus of what you want to do. Then manipulation. For example, I don't want to say this, but who have heard the message that said breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Is it true? It is not. It is not. Yes. Because they want to, they are low on sales. Is it Burger King or something? They were, no, a company. Because, okay, they were low on sales. So they wanted to sell their fast food faster. So they coined that propaganda to manipulate people and say, okay, breakfast is the most important, so people will rush and go and buy it. So that's how they use media to manipulate the plug. Next slide, please. Now, technology. So technology is an amplifier because technology is everywhere. Everywhere, everything you do. I don't want to know what you say. This microphone is technology because it amplifies my voice. The phone you use is amplify communication. So technology is a delivery system. While media is the message, technology is the amplifier that sends the message around the world faster, quicker. So if you are sending bad message, faster. Sending good message, faster. So, and it's also an extension of the mind. For example, if I check each and every one of you YouTube feed, once you open it, it will not be the same videos. It will not be the same because that the first and second video will showcase the last type of video you viewed. So if you are a business person, you watch a business video. Once you open up your feed, the first video you see is about business. So if you are a person that like to watch Korean movie, the first thing you will see is Korean movie. If you are a person that trade forex, the first thing you see, because you have used that YouTube to search, so the algorithm now knows what you are interested in. So now, for example, you see AI, social media platform, mobile devices. Those are technologies to amplify the message of media in every way possible. So the opportunities of technology is global reach. So gone are the days when you send letters, it will take you 1 month before you reach where you are going. So now, with technology, global reach, you can be here. For example, let's say work remotely. If there were no technology, where will you work remotely? So we work remotely, global reach, automation. When I mean automation, you can send message, let's say, give tasks to AI to automate let's say, email sorting. Can automate email sorting. Once email comes, automatically send this to the right folder. So that is one of the automation. Then innovation. Technology helps in creating this in as one of the speakers said, he said we are gods, we are creative beings too. So technology assists us to make that idea come to reality too. So the risk is addiction. One of the risks is addiction. For example, I'll use addiction to AI. You know, when calculator, okay, people were saying people will be olodo. They don't know how to calculate anything. Some people are still don't know how to calculate, but some are still. So the bad thing about it, let's say AI now, some people don't like to do research again. When AI came, I said, wow. After I used it for like 6 months, I discovered that I don't know anything again. I had to start using it, yes. So now, privacy loss. The alarming rate of technology as is amplified. The privacy loss is very, 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 because as technology is growing exponentially, we need to also increase our security. But our security is lacking behind. For example, they created an AI quantum computer, which worked for some time, but they shut it down. After some investigation and some later, it leaked out that quantum computer lacked a security protocol. So anybody can hack that quantum computer and get data. So they have to shut that quantum computer down. Now, the other risk is algorithm control. Now, algorithm control is a real thing. Oh. Let me tell you, algorithm control is a real thing. If you don't know it now. Some of you have been a slave to algorithm if you don't know. For example, I mentioned earlier about a 14-year-old girl in UK 2017 that killed herself because of she was just scrolling. It just started as a simple, harmful video that she watched. Then the algorithm recommended another one. Before you know, she killed herself. After investigation, months of investigation, they discovered that the only thing that caused it was that she was watching harmful video and algorithm was recommending more to her. So as they were recommending more, she was getting depressed. Before you know, she started thinking of harmful things, suicide. So you have to be careful about algorithm control. So I want all of you to watch your YouTube very well, your algorithm on your YouTube, because if you go and search for the wrong thing and you continue following the algorithm, I don't know where you are going to. Next slide, please. So now the role of the mind. Now the mind is a filter for everything media delivers. Now, for example, they say we are a spirit that stays in the body that has a soul. Now, to me, I categorize that soul area and mind together because the mind is our reality. Is what you see, what you choose to see. You can see a person running from here now. One person might look at it and say, okay, he's running from something. Another person can look at it and say, okay, he's running to something. So it's your mind that determines what yes, exactly. Now, it filters everything the message. It filters everything the media delivers. So you can shoot a video about, let's say, about a village, about an uncle that wants to, about a village, about an uncle. So everybody have different perspective about the movie. Now, it's selective. Like I said, it's very selective. Now, to control your mind, you must have mental discipline. Mental discipline means you know what you are looking for. Focus on what. Don't be distracted. Now, critical thinking, focus, and emotional control. Because sometimes you can do something out of anger, and you just sit down and start thinking, say, I mess up. So, out of anger, so you have to control your emotion. If you know you're angry, in your mind, just know that don't do anything, just keep quiet. Especially, I don't know whether I stand to be corrected. Ladies, if they are angry and they are chatting with a person that they are angry, they can send message that you self, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. So how mindset shape your use of technology and media? Now, your mindset also shape your use of technology and media. So what do you want to do? What are your plans? What are your goals? So you can use media. For example, if your plans to open a business, so go online, go on YouTube, check media videos about business, about accounting, about everything you want to know about business. If you want to be an actor, start searching for films, movies, actors, auditions, so that you know how to use it. Now, when you master your mind, you master your future. That is one thing that you have to master. You have to master your mind. You know what you want. Don't go and say, okay, let me just relax more. A little sleep, a little slumber. Gone. Next slide, please. Okay, now, the mind creates, and literally the mind do create. Because there's what do you call, for example, let me go into the medicine sector. They say there's what they call placebo treatment. It's a treatment in which they give a patient a sugar pill and tell the patient that, okay, it's working. It's working, the medicine is working. Meanwhile, only the doctor knows that nothing is there. So, but funny enough, the mind reconditions the body to treat that. For example, headache can give you not paracetamol, give you sugar pill. Before you know, I'm not feeling headache again. The doctor said that's good, it's of the mind. Now, this man, Max Planck, I pity his life, Sha. After years of studying, he said, he said, atom does not exist. If you know what atom is this when smallest, yes, and every other thing is what is made of atom. So he took his life work to study atom. At the end of everything, say atom does not exist. Imagine after how many years? How many years? That means he not waste his time. He wasted time, but not his time. But yeah. Now, on an observation, on an interview he did in 1931. This is his quote: "I regard consciousness as fundamental. I regard matter as derivative of consciousness. We cannot go behind consciousness. Everything that we talk about, everything that we regard, are existing postulate consciousness." That means he said, "I regard matter as derivative of consciousness." That means the atom is from consciousness. So to me, I think this statement already know that God created, originated and existed only by virtue of force, which brings the particle of an atom to vibration and hold this most minute solar system of the atom together. We must assume behind the force of existence a consciousness, an intelligent mind. The mind is the matrix of all matter. So if the mind is the matrix of all matter and people are not using it, that means everybody is just living an automatic mind. What you take garbage in, garbage out. Now, the mind is just like a mirror. The reality is like a mirror. You are the projector. You can't wait for reality to change. You have to change inward, then you project it out. So once you stand in a mirror, you cannot just be waiting, okay, mirror, move your hand. No, you have to move your hand, then the mirror will follow. That is how the mind and reality is. Next slide, please. So things that shape the mind, your beliefs, your value. So what you believe in, what you value in, emotion and past experience. If the emotion and past experience, so if your past experience, they have served you breakfast before, you will not trust anybody again. If they have betrayed you before, it go hard to trust anybody. Now the culture and environment, they say in some cultures, they say there's no, that women are not allowed to eat gizzard. So some people still believe like that. Media and information, back to our media information, the message you receive, also this thing. There's no time, I will have played a video about a radio station that subconsciously play talk to message, play video, speak to people. In a village, they didn't regard it as anything. But later, they start throwing some names, some address. The community started getting angry of the politicians, start going to their house, start burning, start destroying. So that's how media subconsciously affects people. Now, faith and purpose is one of the things that also, if you have a purpose, it will shape your mind. So in conclusion, I want everybody to be aware of how you consume media. Media can be for good and can be for bad. That small Instagram scrolling you do has already affected your mind. The mind is just like an automatic record. You cannot say, okay, you want to stop receiving what you are. No, it's automatically. So whether you use it or not, it is working automatically. So if you feed it bad thing, it will shoot out bad thing. That's like, have you believed that sometimes when you go, you are lining up in ATM, in your mind you say, let the money not finish. You reach there, money will finish. Or let it not swallow my card, let it reach there. It's only your card to swallow. So sometimes the mind affects what we do. So my final message to everybody is, please know how you consume media. Know how you consume media, especially YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Know how, because now the rate of depression is outside too much. Every boys want to make money. Why? Because they are seeing content outside and they have gone through different things just to get it. So please know how you consume media very well. And with my final, I just hope that by this time next year, when we meet here again, we can be changed in how we consume media. And also, final assignment, please. Final assignment. Your purpose. try and align it with your media consumption. So if you want to create a business in the next 1 year, make sure you search, can use AI. This is what I want to do. What are the medias you like consume? Then AI will help you in creating your own special algorithm.
Hey, powerful, powerful, powerful insights all evening. And how many people are blessed? Like, if you're learning something, let me just show by lift of hand. So the people that did not raise their hands, I mean, it means they're not learning anything. We are praise the Lord. Okay, well, I think our break is fast spent. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Let's settle back down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, let's settle back down. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Yes, please. I know I said 5 minutes, but I feel like I gave everybody 3 minutes, but it's fine. We'll add the 2 minutes here so we can all go home in time. And I want to take a moment to promise people that by the grace of God, we'll keep this panel session as short as possible, right? So for the panel session, I think most of us, we already know who our facilitators are. First of all, me, what's demicot? Let me take my honorable seat. Thank you. I would like to bring on stage a few people who would also be discussing what we're talking about today, mind and media, right? First of all, I would like to call on stage George. George, please come back on stage. A round of applause for George, please. Kingsley, please come back on stage. A round of applause. Manny and Brian, a round of applause, please. So for this session, I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and straight to the point. See, because we're in church, I wanted to say as short as a miniskirt. I'm sorry. I won't say it. I've not said it. I've not said it. So we'll just go straight to the point. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Is everything okay? All right. So, please, where's the extra mic? Please, can I have the extra mic? Thank you. So I had a lot of questions set aside for you guys, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to select and we'll do a few. All right, let me start with Brian. Brian, I saw a lot of the things you were talking about, and I just want to know, what would you say is the importance of media to everyday people? I know that you are not directly in media, you are more in the tech space. So that's why I'm throwing this question to you. I want to make it a reverse.
Okay.
What would you say is the importance of media to everyday people?
Okay. Like I said before, the mind consumes media. Media is the message. Everything we see, everything we do is media. As I'm sitting here, let's say this is my eye. I'm picture everybody here. So what we see, what we hear is media. So media is a important tool in our life, because with media, the right video, the right photograph can change people's life. The wrong one can cause revolution, can cause mutiny. Like the example I said, how the radio changed the villagers' life to start killing and destroying properties. So media is an important tool. If you use it right, can change lives and empower people. If you use it wrong, can cause destruction.
All right. Thank you so much. So I want to direct this question to Emmanuel. Yes, please. Emmanuel, how would you say photos and editing affect the way people feel about a message or any brand? Photos, editing, how does it affect the way people feel about a message or a brand that is sending out that message?
Okay. Editing, let me start by saying editing is, now, how it's going to affect, your question, like how it's going to affect any brand. So your story that you're putting out, I mean, your logo is your brand. So whatever you're putting out there should be able to interpret. For instance, whatever once you look at me, my dressing, the things that I do will just tell you, man is a media personnel. So your logo should be able to interpret exactly what you do. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. George, I would also like to hear your point of view on that same question.
So for me, your brand is your footsteps, your footprints, everything you do every day. Knowing or unknowingly, that is your brand. So that is why you have to take into cognizance, you have to be intentional about what you put out there. So if I ask now, what did you post on your status today? Was it about jokes? Was it real estate? Was it business. From there, I can actually, if I watch your status for a month, I can actually tell you what you represent, and that's your brand. So beyond the logo, beyond the picture, you need also to be careful to brand yourself. So what job are you doing? Do people know what you do? That is how you advertise or how you make a statement of what your brand is.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much, George, for that. Please pass the mic to Kwame. I'm ready for you, Kwame. So, as a software developer, so how do you say colors, lighting, and angles on an application or a page can affect a user?
All right. So that is UI UX design.
Yes.
So basically, every company don't just choose colors. Right from the branding, the colors have meanings. So if you come to their website, which is basically their online office, the colors the companies represent. For example, in tech, a lot of us use blue, which means trust. So if a company uses the right colors, the right brand languages, because you just don't write any information on your website. Because if someone goes into your website, it's like your online brand, it's your person. Whatever message is there is the message the person is leaving about your business. The person may never meet the CEO or any salesperson to tell him about the business. So from how they carve their messages to the colors to how they are arranged, with the responsiveness of the website, how responsive it is, how easy it is to use, the experience, the user experience, everything combines to tell you what the company is about and what the business and its all operations is about. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So because I want to keep this short and sweet, I just have one more question that I feel like I want to hear everybody's view on. And that question is, because we're all creatives, I believe that all of us here were creatives, whether it's in one field or another, but we are creatives and we are creating something every day. So I want to know, what happens when creative ideas and technical skills don't match? Your creative idea and technical skills do not match. How can teams fix that? Whether it's as a media person or as a tech person, but your creative idea, your creative skills, they keep clashing in a team. How do we fix that?
Okay. So these things happen because we are in Africa. But if you come to the tech space, we have full stack developers. Even though we have full stack developers, which are developers who start from front end, can also do their UI, UX, and still do their back end and understands database, everything, that's full stack. But I wouldn't want a full stack developer on my project. Because if you meet a front end developer who is very good, he's better than a full stack developer who has done front end and is doing back end. If you meet a full stack developer whose focus is on back end development, that person will focus just on back end. Get a front end person who's just a front end developer. Get a UI UX designer whose focus is just on UI UX design. So the fact that you have the ideas doesn't mean that everything about the team should come from you. All the technical skills cannot come from you. It has to be a teamwork. Media, if you come to production, from lighting to sound, we have a gaffer, which is lightman, soundman. You have cameraman, that's DOP. Even the DOP, they have a directors, they have a script. All is teamwork. So that is what I have to say on your question. Let me give it to my brothers.
Thank you so much. Let's just run this by everyone.
Okay, just like Kwame said, if you're watching a movie and it gets to the end, they bring crew, and you start watching, you say lighting, you see videography, that's a DOP, you see editors. Now, inside editing, we have like 3 aspects of editing. We have people that focus strictly on text. That's their best way of, showing their skills when it comes to editing. You have people that are strictly on cutting videos. That's what they are best in. Now, we have people that do strictly coloring. That's color grading. So, I might, as an editor, I have the knowledge of all of these things. But if you ask me, I will tell you where my strength is. Do you understand? So I believe that as an editor or as a media person, you should find your own strength, dwell on it. Now, it's not bad that you have an idea of every other thing, but you should be able to at least have something that you can hit your hand, like, oh, yeah, this is where I belong, and whenever you are called on, you will be able to deliver, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Speak, George.
Okay.
Should I rephrase the question?
Okay. All right. Please.
So I'm trying to know what happens when creative ideas and technical skills don't match in a team.
In a team.
Yes. How do we resolve that? What's the way forward?
Creative idea and technical skills don't match in a team.
Yes.
The truth is that I haven't seen something like that, because technology, you can work with anything. Creative idea means, okay, you want to create something. You can also, okay, let's say, for example, I want to create an app. Maybe technical skills are available. Available, can't create that app.
Yes.
First of all, to be a developer, you must keep learning. You must keep learning. The thing that you have to learn. Because I remember when I was working for one startup, I told them what I can do, the React, Bootstrap, they say, okay. They decide the technology. I did it. So we are working on halfway through the project. They changed CTO. So the CTO now bring new technology that I don't even know anything about. I told them, say, you will learn on the job. So I was learning and building at the same time. Only thing is to take time, more than the normal time. But because you are learning, so that's why I say there's no way. You have to learn.
Okay.
You're gonna learn.
I want to ask him a question.
Okay.
So since you are propagating learning, I want, she asked the question,
Yes.
which is perfect. You have the creative idea. You want to build an app. Now, the app you want to build, you want to use specific languages you are not accustomed to. So there are people who can use those languages better. Remember, whilst you started learning, you, Brian, seated here, some of our young developers under us, they can build. But the moment you touch their code, you can dismantle their code anyhow. So the fact that when someone is learning a particular thing new, and our job has to do with security. You cannot just build an app and deploy. And yes, it will be working. But the security aspect of the app is very important. And when you're learning a new language, the security is difficult.
Okay, this question has turned to a debate, and we're trying to beat time. Okay, but please go on.
Okay, now, yes, I agree with what you're saying, but sometimes a company can decide to, retain you and stay with you. But they can also bring another person
To replace you.
to just supervise you, to work with you. But you have to learn, because every technology expert always have to learn, because every day they are bringing, even AI. This year alone, they brought up to 13 AIs, different AIs. Now, 2 months ago, they upgraded some React softwares also. So you have to keep on learning. So that's it. You have to learn, and if the company is willing to stay with you.
Improve.
This is getting it right.
So this happens very well in Nigeria. We are hustlers. We have the spirit. We want to know everything within your space. So I watch documentaries a lot. That's because that's my interest. And you see a white man can come here. He might have the knowledge of everything there, but he will not say anything when it's not his turn. So he's going to sit on okay, I just know how to cut videos. That is what he's going to come out, and he will do it perfectly. Now, you that knows how to do coloring, knows how to do texting, you know how to do cut, you see that guy, he will beat you.
Hands down.
Do you understand? That is what he studies. I mean, that is what he knows that, okay, I am good at. So it's not a bad idea that you want to know how to do all of these things. But what I'm saying here is choose one and dwell on it. And know, okay, this is what I know how to do, and this is what I'm a master of.
Thank you so much. George?
They have said it all.
All right. Well, I think at this point, I just want to throw it to the house. Does any member of the house have questions for them? Please don't ask the kind of questions I did that will end up in debates. At least one question. We learned a lot today. There's a hand behind there, please. Kelvin, did I get the name right?
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Good evening.
So I would like to know how you were able to balance the media, like for the picture taking and the video shooting. How are you able to manage it with your Christian life, the way you walk with God? How are you able to handle it? Because sometimes there are situations that comes up and you have to take some kind of pictures that are not God-like, are not Christ-like, and there's some kind of things you're going to do. So I would like to know, how are you able? Do you just descend from it and say, no, I'm not ready to shoot, when there's a big amount of money behind it? So I would like to know how you're able to.
Especially if you're fasting.
Yeah, thank you.
So who's that question directed at?
Whichever one.
Okay, photography guys, please. George, do you want to speak?
Okay, so if this is the example, and I learned this from a mentor, ID Kabasa, and he's a music producer. He said, is there anything like Christian money? Like money, 1,000 notes. Is there anything like Christian money? The answer is no. So he said, if you go into the bank, do you care or ask the source of the money? If whether the money is legit or not, when it's handed over to you. You just do your job. You collect the money, count it, and you keep it. So we have to be wise so that we don't over-spiritualize our jobs. You are given a task. Your job is to do the task. You are not there to critique the job that is given to you, because you are now turning against the system. Okay, so I'm sure you understood and you read the application and you knew that you were getting into this kind of job. So I think from the onset you should have been given a brief that this is what you're going to be doing. So at that point you should be able to take a decision. Is either a yes or a no. So I've been in places where I've had to shoot and people are smoking and drinking. But I don't smoke and drink. Does that make me a smoker? Does it make me a drinker? No. But I'm there for my job and I'm done. I carry my camera and I leave. Thank you.
Thank you for banking with us.
I want to help the young man, please. The question is not answered. The question is, as a photographer, if you go into your studio and a young lady comes in for a nude, for an offensive pictures and videos, will you shoot it?
especially on a day you're fasting. I have to
Kabaye.
say that.
so so this is it. I was working in a hotel as their content creator. So every Sundays and at times Fridays, Saturdays, they have like a club. So that was not healthy. Yeah, I actually needed the money. I did the job for a particular time. I discovered that I was not going to those during the days of their clubs anymore, and that became a problem to me. So the lady complained. So I discovered that every evening when it's time to go for it, I just look for one excuse or the other. Not because I don't want to do it, but my body does not move with it. Now we have smokers. I didn't have a problem with that. I don't smoke. We have drinkers there. I don't drink. But there were other activities that my eyes could not hold. I had to withdraw. It was painful though, but I will tell you, whatever you are doing, this it's not just on media or photography or videography. If it does not match with what you believe on, I think you should cut off. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our panel of speakers, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, your insights with us. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, okay.
What am I looking